What's happening, everybody? What's going on? A little surprise, little trivia thing Link and I are going to do for a little bit while I'm testing out my new Wi-Fi connection. So let us hope this goes well. What up, my brother? Am I sounding clear so far?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's sounding good, looking good, and very smooth like butter. I'm thinking the modem is. I can already see the difference.
I could see it. Like earlier, we clicked on, like as soon as it got going, we clicked on like Netflix on the TV and Netflix. And I was like, whoa, it was like way quicker than before. But then right after that, it started fucking up. So I'm like, okay.
It's getting used to
Yeah.
the
Get used to this shit. What up, Rogue? Thanks for popping in, man. I was hoping you'd
brother.
see that we went live. Just finished The Substance, he says. It was wow. What do you give it, brother? I think Link, what'd you give it? A 4.5? And I gave
4.5.
it I gave it a 5 on one viewing. I've only seen it once. Rogue
I
says
could
looking,
definitely.
sounding clear.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. You know what, both of those movies are Strange Darlings, and maybe it was just a snob in me, but it's like my experience. I enjoyed the shit out of both of those. Like, there's both of just 5. Like, yeah, I don't know if you can much more entertaining, thought-provoking movies this year. Like
Exactly, because I keep thinking about both of those.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? This is like 2-3 weeks ago now. We watch a lot of movies, but both of those keep popping in my head. I keep talking about them to other people. Like I'm telling my wife about Strange Darling and shit.
They stick with you,
man. Cut you off.
Those,
Too good. What up, guys? What up? Appreciate you guys popping in while we test the Wi-Fi, play a little horror trivia. Got an unopened pack of cards, which I didn't know I had. I thought I was out. Then I just found this yesterday. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, sir.
Get a 5.69 for the Wi-Fi. That's what I'm talking about. I was telling, what up, Sal, popping in too. Appreciate all you guys. I was telling Link, I was telling you ahead of time, if I have to pop out and pop in, I got to check on my kid. For whatever reason, my camera isn't working. So she's cool. She's watching Boss Baby. She knows where to find me. But I probably will, depending on how long we stick on, I'll pop out and check on her a little bit if I have
Everything's getting used to the new system. They're like, oh shit, even the whole system of the household is just like, well, we're not used to this fluidity or something, like
it's too much, too fast. I don't know why I would have disconnected the camera that I have set up to it, but whatever.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and promote. What do we got going on tomorrow at 1 Central Time, 2 Eastern? You and I are going to get together, do the first 3 episodes of the Creep Tapes, which I've seen all 3 of them now. Let's not get into it, but just have you seen any of them yet?
I watched the first 2 last night. I got to watch episode 3.
I've been saying that, like, part of what I like the fact that we'll have the perspective where you have seen the Creep movies and I haven't, but I think I might watch one. I'm going to watch one tonight because now I've seen them all. I've seen all the episodes, so I have that perspective. I know how I felt watching them, but now I want to watch the fucking movie, and I don't got anything to do tonight. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it's definitely worthy of. I think both movies. If you could, I mean, that's a lot to squeeze in, but yeah, no, you can still give the perspective of having seen the show before the movie. So I think that'll be interesting.
I was gonna say your internet cut for half a second, and I was like, no, but I think it was you. So we're good. You're right back. It was only a quarter second. I'm just hyper visual of it. Actually, before we start playing trivia, I want to do like an actual test because I'm wired in, but I didn't actually connect it on the computer. So the internet will probably dip out for a second as I wire in, but I want to test that too, just to see.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like, that's always supposed to work better, but fucking sometimes it's worse for me. So I'm gonna do it right now.
What up to the chat?
Am I here, or am I gone? I never left? Wow, that was weird. Okay. All right. Okay. So since I know that the wired connection is working, I'm going to hope and pray that maybe this is good enough so I won't have to wire in and run this fucking 50-foot wire across my house every time. So I'm going to go ahead and unwiring, and we'll just do the whole show like this if I'm not cutting out too much.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, perfect. No. All right. I'm going to crack this pack of cards open.
Fresh pack. All right.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got ourselves a freshie. I swear I can fucking open this package.
I will. This is such a random tangent. We'll get more into it, but I will say I was kind of shocked to see how old the dude has gotten, Mark Duplass. I mean, I can't remember the last time I can't remember when the second one came out, but I know the first one was maybe like 8 years ago. Maybe it was a decade ago when it came out, but
14, yeah, 10 years
it,
ago.
it was okay. It's just crazy to see people get older, you know. I've got this image of, like when Stu had mentioned to him about the league. Like anytime I think of him, that's that because that was the first time I had seen him on something with the. So I've got that image of him with the shaggy hair almost, or the swept over hair, but now he's like old and it's just like, man, shit.
I know. I looked into it. I saw it today. He's 47, but that's how I always feel. I'm not aging. Celebrities are aging. Celebrities make me feel old because I'm like, what the fuck? But then I must be aging because they are. So I'm just seeing myself every day.
That's true. I mean, I think that is the case. That man, yeah,
Hugo given The Substance 5 out of 5. My brother. Yeah, part of the reason why I didn't give that a second watch because I liked it so much. And sometimes if I'm giving it a 5 off the first watch, I'm like, well, I don't want to ruin it. But also it's like I want to buy that one on physical media. So I want to be able to like get it on 4K and watch it that way and not kind of burn myself out on it before I buy it.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that.
But all right, let us jump in. We'll do a little bit of trivia, my brother. If you remember how these work, let's give them a shuffle. Give them a little shuffle. You remember how they work? There's 2 questions on each card, and the answers are on the back. So we'll do 2 questions at a time. I'll give you 2, and then I'll do 2. You guys in the chat, play along. What was the other thing though? What are we doing next Thursday? Why am I tripping? Nothing.
Smile.
We're doing Thanksgiving is what we're doing next Thursday. But next Friday, we're going to do Smile 1 and 2. And Rockin' Robbie from Pop Culture Philosopher is going to join us to break down those bad boys. Boom, motherfucker. All right. This one's for you, my brother. What actress?
Oh, sorry. I thought that is not really. Go on.
What actress plays Claire Spencer in What Lies Beneath, directed by Robert Zemeckis? I added that part. I know you know this.
Catwoman boo, Michelle Pfeiffer, man.
Yeah, baby, Michelle Pfeiffer, the boner generator of my youth, right there. What is the name of the character killed in the famous shower scene in Psycho? What is the character's name? Well, I don't even know if I know. Oh, I think maybe I know.
I'm blanking.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I wanted to say her name is Crane. Her last name is Crane, but I don't know who the actress is. Janet Leigh. I'm looking at the fucking poster for it right there. But never mind. I know it's never mind. Crane is a name of one of the actresses. Oh no, that's funny. Marion Crane. It says it on the poster. How weird is that? It says on the original Psycho poster, it says Janet Leigh, Marion Crane. You're not going to see that on a poster these days. Like Neve Campbell, Sidney Prescott, Scream 7. But I get a half a point for a steal. A half a fake point for a steal there.
No, I think that's deserved of a point because I wouldn't have guessed shit. I was like in my head, I was thinking of like Angela or something, and I would have been so off. I think that
Sal saying the substance should have cool behind the scenes extras. Hell yeah. Right? Like I want to see the makeup process. I want to see, and I'm sure I could just look online and find this, but more like interviews and stuff with Demi Moore and just her talking about the movie and what it must have been like to play that role.
Such a bold role, man. That's what I'm saying. It really does stick with you. And I mean,
totally.
Yes. I know it's a cop-out answer, but I feel like the easiest one to compare it to is like The Fly. Like, it's actually even though The Fly had like sexual themes, but this was like more sexually charged than The Fly.
Yeah.
Both visually masterpieces.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get over just how good it looked, and like we said on the show, like how clear everything was. Yeah. He says, "I almost said Fraser Crane." So close. So close. All right, these 2 are for me. Where do the survivors in Dawn of the Dead take refuge? In a mall? I don't know if they want the specific name, but I don't know. In a mall. And then this 1993 horror comedy starring a young Jennifer Aniston involves an annoying, vengeful creature who believes oh my God, they give you so much, who believes a family has stolen his pot of gold. That would be Leprechaun, man. Leprechaun.
Tricks are
Which
for kids.
I don't know if it's been announced yet, but there will be a Leprechaun review coming up in the
Nice.
PCP family. I'll put it
She was
that
in the
way.
first one, right? Jennifer Aniston?
The first one.
Okay.
Yeah, which she won't talk about it in interviews. She's one of those where it's like, don't bring it up.
It's wild. It's like how many A-list stars have gotten their starts in horror movies.
For
You
real.
know, like the more you like really look at them, like Kevin Bacon, Johnny Depp,
Maxine fucking Minx.
man.
I was waiting to see if you would get that. Are you gonna get this one? Maxine fucking Minx.
Mia Goth.
Yeah. All right. These two are for you. What type of virus is unleashed in the 2016 movie Train to Busan? I'm wondering how they word this.
Yeah, like I know I was gonna say it's got to be something like very specific. A viral outbreak
Of it's easier than you're making it.
So can you repeat the question?
Yeah. What type of virus is unleashed in the 2016 movie Train to Busan?
A zombie virus.
You and Sale both nailed it. That's the specific wording, zombie virus. I thought the same thing. I'm like, what is it? Something influenza strand Q.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, yeah. What 2014 horror comedy is about beavers becoming zombies? I think I know this one. I've never seen it, but I think I know the name of it.
2014. The only like movie around that time I can think of is that damn Walrus movie Kevin Smith did with Johnny
Tusk.
Yeah, with Justin Long and beavers. I don't know. I don't know this one.
It's a weird one. Yeah, I'd heard of it. Zombievers.
Sounds Canadian.
It probably is. All right, these two are for me. What 2008 vampire movie was filmed and set in Sweden? I've never seen this. I think I know what it is. And if it's what I think it is, we'll be covering it at the end of January. Let the Right One In, I assume is what it is. Let the Right One In. I need to see this. I need to see this movie. I've been holding off because I know we're going to cover it eventually. But are you a fan? You've seen it?
Yeah, I those are it's a weird movie because I know people always say they're original. Like those are hard movies for me because I like them each for different reasons. Like the remake, I think does a better job than than the original. But I certainly understand why people love and respect.
I've heard nothing but good things about both of them. I do hear that quite a bit. It's on a lot of lists of like solid remakes, especially international to American remakes.
The translate, yeah. And Matt Reeves did the remake.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, yep.
That's good. I'm becoming like a bigger fan of his after watching some Penguin, which I still haven't finished. I need to finish that. Watching that, and then like I saw the first episode, and I'm like, "Ooh, fuck! I need some more of this." And then I went back and I rewatched Batman, like the last Batman, and I enjoyed it more than I did originally. I liked it originally, but it's fucking badass. It's just different.
No, yeah, I remember thinking like I remember thinking when I first saw it, I don't think it's gonna hit like Dark Knight levels immediately, but I still believe like it's the best shot Batman film. Like the camera shots and like the visuals and just the feel. But it is a movie that I think you get more. It's hard. Dark Knight is a great movie to watch, but there's some fun movie,
Dude, Batman Begins. I've always like Batman Begins is my favorite Batman movie. I like it better than Dark Knight.
The Gotham they had in Batman Begins for some reason feels like I love the fact that they shot more in daylight in the second one, but it's like certain shots just felt too Chicago, too New York.
Yeah.
Begins it felt like Gotham, I don't know. Yeah, Begins is extremely underrated. Joker is the safe for Dark Knight. Yeah.
Well, it's for sure. And Two-Face, you got a lot of good going. It's a fucking great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. Batman Begins came out in a period where we weren't sick of superhero origin stories yet. And it was like, it was really unique and it felt super fresh at the time. It's 05, right? It's before Iron Man.
Summer 05, June. I think it was like June 15th, 16th, 2005.
Right. It's a huge fucking deal. It's that, the Spider-Man and the X-Men movies. Like that's like, it's the one that really fucking I don't know. The X-Men movies and Spider-Man were awesome, but it grounded everything.
No, I was just gonna say like Batman. This is like the perspective of like when I first saw Batman Begins and shit. I was like, this is how Batman would operate in the real world. You know, like love Keaton movies, the Burton movies, but they're very gothic fantasy. You know, like
yeah,
Begins as a teenager. I was like, shit, bro, this is someone like a real fucking millionaire could probably do this if
right,
they with enough training and shit like that. You know,
exactly.
very grounded, a different take than yeah, now we weren't burnt out of origin stories like we are now. Like now it's
Right.
like get to
Yeah,
it.
get to the shit. Hit all the beats. Can you hit them quicker? Can you hit them fucking quicker? I think this is for me. Who is the actress who portrayed the young vampire Claudia in the 1994 movie Interview with the Vampire? Speaking of Spider-Man, oh my god, why can't I think of her fucking name? Why can't I think of her name? She's Mary Jane. Oh my god, I'm really
Bring it
bad
on.
with. I know. I know her. I can picture her fucking teeth in my head right now. I just can't think of her name. Let me do it like this: Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and what's her name, bro? I can't think of it. And Watson.
You give up?
Yeah.
Kier.
I wouldn't have got it. I don't know why. Kirsten
Dunst.
Yeah. Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, like names are just they're not my fucking strong suit. Sal had it, of course. I'm sure everybody had it besides me.
I had the
biggest they were
impression
talking about.
At a certain point for like 2 years. It wasn't that long, but like Bring It On, I was like just turning 12, bro. Cheerleading.
Speaking of, let me go get a drink because I didn't bring a water in here and just double check and make sure this kid is cool. I'm gonna be right back. One second, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Commercial break. STD. Which one was that for, Sal? Which movie?
All right.
That's fair.
All right. You guys want to see my wearing Toy Story shorts? Nah, you can't see them. It was getting too sexy for me to try and show you guys my Toy Story shorts. Pizza Planet.
You at least you knew who it was. It'd be different if you're like, I don't even know what they've been in, like, you know, but you knew who it was. You just couldn't
right.
So I feel like that's just a release, like half a point, you know, if not
just a half a point to my ego. Just sprinkle a little pointed on my ego. I'm good. Rogue, did you answer this forum link? Do you guys know what you're covering next week? We're doing Smile 1 and 2 on Friday, right before the Blame Fabled His Amazing Friends show. So we're going to do it at 6:30 Central Time, and they go on at 8. And Robbie's going to join us. So it'll be Link, Robbie, and I. What's he say? Verno, breaking down horror rules.
I'll be right back.
That's hilarious. Would have been funny if I came back with I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife in your back. Got to watch Smile now. Hell yeah, man. It's on Paramount Plus if you've got that. That's the one app that I use a buddy's password for.
You had me thinking about the first movie when you had mentioned it last show, and I was just like, bro, that there was one when I think it was when she's on the fucking computer and they whisper in her fucking ear. Like the biggest jump scares usually don't get me, but that one fucked me up.
You know what? I was thinking that yesterday. I'm like, no, I'm thinking of Sinister. I'm like, that's the wrong movie, but it like Smile does a similar one. You know what I'm talking about? The Sinister jump scare.
Yes, yeah. Sinister's a freaky one too.
There's like an audio playing, and you're like, what? It's like whispering. So you're like, that's the best way to do a jump scare. Get you where you're really paying attention to something.
You're like, what the fuck's going on? Then pop, boom.
I just saw something yesterday. This is a weird thing to promote, but it's totally worth checking out. It was a Vanity Fair. I would just get on YouTube and search Vanity Fair jump scare, but it was like this 20-minute history of the jump scare that I thought was really interesting. They went back and broke down and found the first jump scare. It was in a movie called Cat. Oh, I can't. Black Cat in 1941. They said that there was other things that were like proto jump scares. But I found it super interesting. They really broke down like the art of the jump scare. It was cool, really cool.
Vanity Fair jump scare.
Yeah,
I'll look that up. All right.
All right, brother. This one's for you, or these two are for you. What is the name of the main character who studies witchcraft in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Xander?
The one that studies witchcraft.
Oh,
Now you can't think of the name of the character, you
oh,
know.
I was just gonna say, I would say Wesley, but I know that's
You know who it is?
it was her teacher, wasn't it?
Oh, see, there's a handful of people that study witchcraft.
And that's why I get confused.
Her
That's
friend, that in her friend group, the girl that stuck a flute up her pussy.
oh Willow.
Yeah, Willow.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking so much deeper than what it is.
I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure you fucking know Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I would not have got that until until I got deeper into horror. It was when I was starting to do Dylan's horror show more often, and I started listening to more horror podcasts, and I'm constantly hearing people reference Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy.
Like when talking about horror, like, yeah, it's like Buffy when they did this, and I'm like, I mean, I watched Buffy a little tiny bit back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
put it on, but I didn't like follow it the way that most people did. I would love to cover that one day,
bro.
Yeah,
man. What do you prefer? I'm more of a bias towards Angel. Like I like the little darker, grayer nature.
right.
I mean,
I haven't watched enough. I was burnt out on
Okay.
Buffy by the time I started Angel. You know what I mean? I'd watched all of Buffy, and then I started Angel. I'm like, I'm just kind of over the whole thing. I was watching them simultaneously. Again, doing
Angel,
a rewatch Buffy.
I will say like the first two seasons kind of it's almost like a supernatural, like where it's like the first couple seasons are like kind of like a simple premise, and about like the third and they kind of develop their mythos, and there's a lot of interesting things going on with Angel. Had one of the worst series finale cliffhangers ever known to man, bro.
Really?
Yeah, not bad because it was bad, but you're like, really? That's what you guys are gonna leave us up on, knowing that we're not gonna get another goddamn episode? Like,
oh, they knew it? When you said cliffhanger, I was thinking it was like it got canceled or something. That was just the plan?
It got canceled, but it's like the last fucking scene, you're like, why would you guys tease us like that? Like, we're never gonna get to see the outcome of this shit. It was beautiful, but at the same time frustrating. But I'm a big Angel fan. I caught that show late. I was like 20 years old. They used to show like repeats of Buffy and Angel on like TBS TNT at like, you would get off work at like I was working at a bar, and I would get off work at like 2 a.m, and I'd still be up by like 6 a.m. and that's when it used to come on, so that's when I used to watch it going to bed. And I became a big fan because I was like, yo, like I always kind of, like you said, I had seen episodes earlier throughout the year, but I never really watched it like that. But I was like, it's very cool. Like it's like a comic book, but with horror aspects,
Right.
So
it's so fucking influential too. It's one of those, like, when you watch it, there's a lot of it's so influential that it doesn't seem as impressive until you really think about when it came out and what they're doing, and like even with the quippy dialogue, you know what I mean? It was so unique and breaking at the time. Next question for me. Michael Myers' mask is supposedly based on what famous actor? What is this fucking Christ? Captain Kirk. Why can't I think of his fucking name? Will Shatner. William fucking Shatner. Oh my god. Names are not my strong suit. Let's do one. This one's for the chat. Let's do this. First one to answer gets a big pat on the back. I'll drive to your house and I will pat you on the back. So you guys get ready. This one's for you, chat. Get ready. Who wrote? It can't be any fucking easier than this. Who wrote and directed A Nightmare on Elm Street? Come on, chat. Come on. Don't blank on this name. Who wrote and directed?
We should have a timer. I don't want them looking up Wikipedia or anything.
Yeah,
Google.
That's a good point. I got a 15. Yeah, Craven. Mad respect. What up, man? Haven't seen you a little bit, brother. Okay. He's got it. Mad respect to you, my brother. Pedro had. Here's another one for you fellas.
Quicker. Like I know you knew it, Pedro. Like
Pedro's over there probably taking a piss, listening to us on his phone. Oh, shit, let me fucking get over there and answer that question. Another Wes Craven relevant question. How many murderers are revealed at the end of the movie Scream. These are
How many
easy.
murders?
How many murderers, how many killers are in the first Scream? This is again for you, chat.
Oh,
E upset he
peace
didn't get
be
his
with.
pat on the back. I'll come. You know what? I'm doing a countrywide trip. Everybody gets pats on the back. Mad respect. 2 for 2 for him with 2. These were a little easier than I planned for you, chat, but that's okay. We'll come back
Yeah,
to you.
the easy ones.
Well, yeah, we'll come back to you. You know what I do plan on doing, by the way? Just promote another fucking thing. I'm gonna give away. 1 second.
All right.
Not tonight. I'm giving it away, but on Friday the 13th.
I like those posters you got going on. Oh, is that one of the custom mades?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
This is one that I made, and on Friday the 13th, we're gonna get together and talk about Friday the 13th Part 3, and I will give away this. I plan on doing like a trivia thing because we're gonna be playing some trivia, all the people that are there, but I will have a round of trivia for the guests or for the for the viewers. So I'm excited about that. That'll be cool, man.
I'm a little jelly. The chat gets that. Damn
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's what I was telling Anna this too. I need to order another batch because I only ordered like a 6-pack of these fucking masks. So I'm out of blanks right now. I haven't made one in like a month, which kind of like I'm like, I need to get back in it because I was developing that skill. I was like getting good at it. They were getting better and better. You should see the last one. Like part of the reason why I don't feel too bad about giving this away is because of the one I made after it.
Which is that the?
Oh my god. Oh my god, my light's going fucking crazy now.
I like it. Reminds me of a Daft Punk.
This is the first Part 3 that I made, right? And then this, I guess this is a Part 4, but you can just see like how I kind of leveled this up.
Yeah.
Just a lot of little things. Even like the red triangles on this, I got better at making it smoother. Just a little more.
Yeah, I like the scratch. It looks like it's been through some shit. The latest model, yeah.
I don't know. I learned how to like just take my time a little bit and make it look all the damage look a little more subtle than just like more obvious and whatnot. But I don't think anyone that gets that is going to be pretty happy with the one that I give them because it's pretty fucking dope too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I guess I sound like a cocky guy. The mask that I made is pretty fucking dope.
No, those are. You got to give credit when it's due, bro. Those are dope.
Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that. E's saying, "What's next? Who was the killer in the movie Jason Goes to Hell Again?" Shit. No, that's not quite the first one that I ever made. The first one I ever made is like kind of near and dear to my heart, so I'm going to keep that one. That's like the third one that I made. It's the first one that I tried to make a screen accurate one. The first two, I was just trying to make it look cool. But thanks, Rogue. Thanks, Tugan. Appreciate you guys. Again, Friday the 13th, Part 3 on December 13th. It'll be last show was like one of my favorite shows we ever did, the last Friday the 13th show. We'll get a fun panel together and it'll be a good time. I think these are for you, my brother. Name the movie with the tagline "In space, no one can eat ice cream."
God damn it.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Because you know the line, "In space, no one can hear you scream."
I thought it was. I was so ready to say Alien, god damn it. Yeah. Is it Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
That was going to be my guess. Let me see. Killer Clowns. Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You nailed it.
Like, not too long ago. It's it's nothing crazy, but it was actually pretty fun. It's very similar of Texas Chainsaw, but the gimmicks they used in it, it was I had a good time with it. They had like a free trial going on.
In Killer Clowns, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I mean the first time ever, I think you and I reviewed it was just me, you, and Dylan, and we both were like okay on it. We gave it like reasonable scores and shit, but I gave it like a 3.5, and that's pretty generous. But it's a classic. I get it. What up, Kenneth?
I've grown to love it more since then. I've said it's it's like just a fun movie, great effects. I get definitely why some people might not like its cheese, but I'm a person who can appreciate some good cheese once in a while.
Well, you got a movie called Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You should know what the fuck you're getting. Come on.
Yeah,
Um, uh,
it's in the title.
exactly. Who wrote the 1981 film An American Werewolf in London? I know who directed. I don't know if he wrote it though. I wonder. I'm gonna look.
John Landis.
John Landis. Yeah, he wrote and directed. I wasn't sure. I think that's the great. I don't think this is like this isn't a hot take or anything, but I think it's my favorite werewolf movie of all time, like by a mile.
Yeah,
There's just not too
you know
many
what?
good ones, man.
I haven't seen Paris in a while, but as a kid, I had that was near and dear to my heart.
Same,
But
dude. Same. It's one of the most made fun of
yes,
of all the fucking movies. But me and my buddy Geiger, we used to watch it all the time.
I loved it.
Not Peter Geiger, who you see on this channel every now and then. My buddy Corey
Okay.
Geiger. All right, this one's for me. This HBO TV series was based on the novels by Charlene Harris, featuring a telepathic waitress named Sookie Stackhouse. I have no idea, bro, but you look like you do. I don't know it,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. You know what? I've been actually. Well, I meant to bring this up to you the other day. This series. I think this would be a fun one to cover. It's. I'm gonna give you some vampire.
True
It's
Blood?
not. It's not. Yes. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say it's
Okay.
not True Detective. But yeah, True Blood. Yes.
Oh, is Sookie Stackhouse? Is that Rogue?
That's yep.
That's her name?
Yep.
Okay,
y-
all right. True Blood. I watched like the first season of it, but I would like to
That's
get
it.
back to it.
Yeah, that was an interest. I didn't finish I got up to like season 4, I think they have like 6, 7 seasons. I got up to like season 4 or 5. I got to a point where like even the human characters had something supernatural going on, which I thought was kind of a
Yeah.
weak cop out at the time, you know.
I do.
But
Yeah, it reminds me of like a show like The Flash, but like
yes,
you're at the fourth
everyone
season.
had.
The mailman's he's like everybody. I'm like, oh my god.
That's
Okay.
a good comparison.
I almost bought. This shows you how fucking stupid I am. I almost bought The Howling recently because I watched it once and I was like, why is this like so highly rated? But it was, I've said it on this channel a lot of times. Like sometimes I'll watch like an old movie, not be like in the mood for it or whatever. And I was just
Right.
like, I don't know. I start arguing with like the masses while I'm watching the movie. I'm like, no, it sucks. It sucks. The transformation is great, but even the transformation, I remember being like, holy fuck, this is going on a little long. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
seen it? You know The Howling?
I might have seen it. Sounds familiar. I think I might have heard of it. I don't think I've seen it. I could have though. Like when did it come out?
80, 81, right around the same time, 81, 82, 83. It's the one that's
Okay.
most consistently named as like the second best or, sometimes the first best werewolf movie. But it's one of those that I definitely feel like whether I'm going to end up loving the thing, I'm going to like it more than I liked it the first time that I saw it. I'm like, okay. It's the trivia question. It's when the girl comes up and scream and asks Randy, what's that what's the werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom? Howling, horror, straight ahead. Because it's got what's her name? Dee Wallace in it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll check that out. Because I do love American Werewolf in London though. That's just man, that's talk about iconic. Like that transformation scene alone is, when you think of how that came out like 81, 82.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
81.
that's wild that they were able to pull that
It's
off.
like one of the God, I'm so prone to hyperbole. It's definitely the best werewolf transformation. It's one of the most impressive like practical effects scene in the history of cinema. But like what I was originally about to say, it's like it's one of the best scenes ever, like in a movie. It's one of the most iconic scenes ever in a movie. Like it looks
Yeah.
nothing like anything else, and they just like nailed it. And it's so bright, like the lights
Yes.
are on full
You
blast. They're
see it.
not hiding anything. Yeah, just like
That's
what
what.
we said about The Substance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, that's another man. That's the more I think about The Substance, man, the more I just it's deserved of that 5. Like it really. I feel like maybe not enough people are talking about it. Like I still feel like it's a little like underground, not underground, but
In like on Facebook groups, I was seeing quite a bit of rumblings on it and shit, which is like the only reason I ever look at Facebook for the most part anymore is the horror groups. But
yeah.
it was a pretty big deal for a moment, but I haven't seen anybody talking about it in a while. It was like it had a week or two where a lot of people were. Okay, this one, another one for me. What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons? Oh, ooh. Could it be? No, I don't know. For some reason, I wanted to say Gremlins 2, which I would. Ooh, my internet's dipping. Am I dipping?
No, no,
Okay.
no, no.
All right. My little Wi-Fi thing's going down. Okay. Okay. I'm you got a guess? Does anybody know in the chat know? I don't know it, but I know that there's a bunch of cameos in Gremlins 2.
Rocky Horror Picture Show? I don't
That's a good
know.
guess. That's 76.
Okay. Trick or
Pedro's
treat.
saying
That's
trick or treat. Let's see. What is it? He's got it. Two Gun. Give yourself 2 pats on the back, Two Gun.
yeah.
I've
What's that?
never
What's
seen that. We were I don't know, someone was talking about it a couple streams ago. Do you remember someone in the chat was talking about there's a Trick or Treat. There's 2 old Trick or Treat movies, then there's the new 2009 anthology Trick or Treat. So there's a few with that name. One of them is a rock, like a rock horror thing, but I'm not sure which is which. All right. These 2 for you, big fella. What is the name of the serial killer? We were just talking about this. What is the name of the serial killer in the 2004 movie Saw? Now, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the comic booky name or if they're looking for like his name, because I don't know.
They're looking for his real name.
Right. That's what I figured. Yeah, they are. Well, you know what? They say the name and then they say in parentheses the name that we're all thinking.
The Jigsaw Killer?
Yeah, it says. Do you want to take a guess at his name? Or you guys in the chat know his actual name?
I know someone knows it. I'm so mad. I don't like. I know it, but it's not dawning on me right now. Like it's
That's
gonna be like, oh,
I've never been 100% on who the fuck. Evidently, from this card is saying that it is that guy. I've always been like, is Jigsaw the puppet? Evan, my brother, he's got it. What up? Thanks for being here, man. John Kramer.
Yo, correct. Speaking of Kramer, Kramer, what the hell? We just had a Marion Kramer earlier.
It was Crane.
Oh, Crane, damn it. You know what it was? It was E talking about Kramer that or did he say Crane as well? I thought he made a Kramer reference.
Fraser Crane.
Okay.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that.
My man. Appreciate you being here, Evan. I like your new little profile picture too. You're looking good, brother. All right. Oh, this is for me. I'm gonna do one and then we'll do another one for the chat. All right. Kevin Bacon stars in what 1990 film about a group of people fighting for survival against a giant worm-like monster hungry for flesh? Fucking Tremors. I love Tremors, dude. But to do Tremors like next summer, you know what I mean? It's a good summer flick to do.
You know what? I know they probably done one recently, but I know it wasn't like a. I wish they would give that one like a full actual, not like straight to DVD type of shit or made for TV. Give that one a full budget release. You know, put that in the hands of someone who kind of understands camp, maybe like an Eli Roth or something.
Someone that'll use practical effects too, unless you're going to do a really good job with the CG, because that's the practical effects in that movie. I didn't even appreciate it when I was a kid. Like I had seen it a few years ago. Once I got deeper into horror, and I was like, "Oh wow, like this is super top notch."
Yeah,
like what they were doing, just big practical effects too.
What year was the first one?
1990.
Yeah, okay.
He said, "Great movie. He knows it, baby." Tremors a classic. Rogue says, "For me, watch it so many times. Exactly on TV. That's one of those movies you might watch it like on a Blu-ray. And there might be scenes in there you're like, what? Never fucking, you know what I mean? You remember like watching Friday on TV and there's all these weird scenes
that they,
you know what I mean?
Voiceovers.
Yeah, or just like they need it for like to make the runtime proper. Like I just remember it being like, I'm thinking of Friday and some certain scenes where it's like that is definitely not in this movie that I've seen 4,000 times. Two Guns saying, give us a Tremor TV series. That would be badass too. There was some shit in The Mandalorian that really reminded me of Tremors. Anytime you get a giant worm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, one more for me, and we'll do one for the chat. What Rolling Stones ballad? Ooh, yeah, baby, we should do this movie too. What Rolling Stones ballad is sung by the demon Azrael, name of the movie we just watched recently, as he possesses bodies in Denzel Washington's film Fallen? Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Fucking badass. That was my introduction to that song. Which is funny because I'm not a big Stones fan, but I'm a big 60s rock fan. I'm a huge Beatles fan. And that was it was before I got into that kind of music, really,
Right.
back in the day. But yeah, I had never heard that song until then. But
I still
great,
love that movie, man. Like, I watched it not too long ago, and it wasn't as great as I remember as a kid, but
agreed, same.
it still had something there. Like,
Mhm.
it was coming out around that. What was it, 96, 97? Like,
Something like that.
that was a pretty cool concept for around that time
It was
era.
amazing, and I mean, it was one of the first to really do that. There's a lot of movies that are like, yeah, it's kind of like Saw or kind of like Fallen. They got John Goodman in it,
Yeah,
Denzel. But I do agree. When I watched it last time, I was like, oh, it's not quite as fucking good as it used
nostalgia.
to be.
Yeah.
But here, could you mind? I know she's cool. She's sitting right there. I'm gonna
Go
check
ahead,
on
do
the
your
kid.
thing.
I'm gonna check on the kid real quick.
All right.
Entertain. You know what? Here, I'll read a
Okay.
question. This I got 2 questions for the chat. Then I'll be right back. Answer them down there. Get them in, chat. This is for you. In the 2009 film Paranormal Activity, what object do the spirits use to communicate with the living? It's pretty fucking easy. All right, so there's that one. What do they use in 2009 Paranormal Activity to communicate with the living? And then also at the end of the 2001 film The Others, what did the mother Grace figure out about herself? Fucking spoiler alert. I'll be right back.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I feel like you guys are getting I think you guys can agree that you guys are getting the easy ones somehow. Um, but that's okay. That's okay. Me over here, I've got complex names and shit, but that's how dice rolls. I was just telling
Man.
people they've gotten some easy questions.
Yeah, they are.
That's
That's
okay.
the thing. We've said this before with these cards, which this is like some horror trivia thing that I bought. They'll either be standard or actually there's not too many that are really fucking hard. Like, but there's some that are like, oh my god, like could
Yeah,
you be
I
any
was
easier than that?
like, yeah, shit, I know this one. I just can't bring it up with the recall right now. There's some
Sal says just couldn't spell Ouija. That would be a fucking problem.
I feel that.
And Mad got that she is dead. Mad, you've got every single question that we've sent over to the chat so far. So mad respect to you, my brother. Two Gun said he missed the second question. All right. So who's this on? You, Link? Right?
Yes.
What movie stars professional wrestler Roddy Piper as a drifter who discovers a box of special sunglasses?
Fuck, is it They Live?
It is They
Okay.
Live. They Live.
Yeah,
This is the
I
second They Live question that we've got in these cards that I have, and I do not consider that a horror movie. Never. It's a
you know,
John Carpenter movie, but
it's
it's not horror.
sci-fi. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely like more sci-fi conspiracy, but I get why some people I don't know. It's such a trippy movie though. But I think when Robbie covered it a few years ago was the first time I seen it and I fell in love with that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
That
grew up
and
with it partially because of Roddy Piper. I was a big
Roddy.
Roddy Piper fan when I was a kid. That was a huge. I think maybe we were just talking about it, but I will highly recommend a super random thing that Mr. McMahon on Netflix. Did you check that out? Are you a wrestling guy at all? Not that I never was. I was a wrestling guy when I was really young, but around like Stone Cold, The Rock era is when I had gotten out of it. But it goes through. It's a 6-episode thing that like goes through the entire history of wrestling. It's set up like it's going to
Okay.
be focused on Vince McMahon, and it kind of is, but it's really focused on like all the major events in the history of wrestling. And it like I don't know, it got me hyped up. Like Raw is coming to Netflix in January, and for the first time in like 20 years, like I'm gonna fucking check it out.
Wrestling has always been kind of like I'm there for brief spurts. Like I
Mm.
as a little kid, like 4 or 5, I did like Macho Man and the Hulk Hogan where
Ultimate Warrior
yeah.
snapping
um
into a motherfucking Slim Jim. That's what I'm talking about.
um But and then like when it was like the Raw era, because I remember they had some really great games for the 64. I don't know if you guys remember those. You could pull out weapons from the crowd.
Yeah, hell yeah. I remember that being a big deal. You're right, Mad Respect. Yeah, Two Gun did get Trick or Treat. Not
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
I came here to chew bubble gum and kick some ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Those cool ass sunglasses that saw the fucking Man, there's so many movies that it's like I know they would never do it justice, but that's such a cool concept. I would love to kind of see someone take a shot at,
See,
like just
we're similar like that. Like to a lot of people, that's sacrilege. Don't touch that
yes,
movie. But it's not like I watched that when Robbie did it too, and I grew up loving it. But at the same time, it's not like it couldn't be improved upon.
yeah,
Like, and it's not gonna ruin the old movie. It's gonna be
yeah. You still got
not
the
going
classic.
anywhere.
Yeah, yep,
But they could do it better. There's bits in it where it's like a little bit silly. It was, I mean, John Carpenter made a lot of very cheaply made movies. So
yeah.
it's like he was a
80s,
great
bro. Like,
director, but it's not like it couldn't be done. Now, don't get wrong, there's a good chance they would fuck it up too, which is why people don't like it. But I'm always
yeah,
like, give it a shot. Let's see what you can do. Harry Potter's, this is for you, I believe, right? Yeah, Harry
yeah.
Potter's Daniel Radcliffe starred in this 2012 film about a vengeful ghost.
The dark. It's like the Black Book, the Black Woman, or
Oh, you're so close.
the Black Witch, the
You were
dark
closer
one,
with the Black
Dark
Woman.
Woman. Oh, the black, the black,
It's close.
the lady in black,
You pretty much have it. The Woman in Black. Yeah, the
the one-
Woman in Black. Yeah. I've never
okay.
seen it. Have you seen it? It's
I
a
saw,
remake. Speaking of.
but I need to rewatch because I just remember I was this what 2012. I was only seeing it because I was like, let me see what he can do besides Harry Potter. Like this would be his first time to really show what
Mhm.
he not just a franchise kid. But and he
Well,
has
what was
proven.
the other one that he did that I had never seen either? And I don't know if it's horror, but I would like to. If it is, maybe we cover that too. Was Swiss Army
Swiss
Man?
Army. Yes, that's such a great movie with
Is
Paul.
that kind of horror?
I would say it's I think it could be labeled as horror. It's got
Horror
horror.
comedy, right?
Yeah,
Right, it's a
dark.
dead body and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I remember that was his like real first. Like I don't know if it was before that or not, but to me that was the first thing that I saw with him in it after Harry Potter, and it felt like what select child actors do to try to wash away their child image. And like he's
Yep.
like, there's like a lot of dick jokes and shit, and it was like this really far out thing that couldn't be any further away from Harry Potter.
Yeah. I remember him using the gas they used as like the motorboat or some shit like that. It was a wild movie, like you said.
Says, I don't know if this is my Wi-Fi that's making your Wi-Fi so fast. Says some channel trivia shows my connection is slower. Feel Matrix fast on Verno's. That's what I'm talking about,
Hey,
baby.
yeah, like
He's saying that movie is so anti-government, anti-capitalism. Got a feeling a remake of They Live would tank immediately. That's funny. Over people saying it's too left or too right. That's a really good point, man. It's so yeah, that's a really good point. Things are so goddamn like sensitive right now. But if you either way, there's a lot of stuff that is like overly. You can make it if it's woke. That'll be just fine. You're gonna have people bitch about it, but there's plenty of that out there. But no, that's a really good point. I hadn't thought of it like that. All right, this one for me. What 2010? Right? Yeah. What 2010 psychological horror film contains a son that astral projects into a realm called the Further? Insidious, I believe, is what they're talking about, which is one I haven't seen that since it came out. Insidious.
Is that the one? That's
James
Patrick Wilson.
Wan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I remember that's like a movie that me and my wife watched right before like got deeper into horror. Like when
Okay.
I was less judgy of a horror fan, but I really remember us having a blast with it. Not saying it was a
Yeah.
great movie. And I remember by the end of it being like, whatever, it gets really cosmic-y, and I didn't think that was cool. But like the jump scares in that movie, I just remember thinking like we had a blast. Like jump in and like it was like a really fun movie to watch.
I forget which one it was, but I think it was like either the second or the third one. But it's like he's Patrick Wilson is somewhere, but then there's this old ghost demon dude just like in this up this close to
Yeah.
it. You can see him. I'm like, oh my god! Like it
It
was
was like
just
Darth Maul.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Shit fucked me up.
Super
That's a great.
yeah, that's one I would like to cover. You know what I want to cover is I think not Silent Hill. What am I James Wan's first movie. Not Silent Hill, but it's around that same era.
Not the Tooth Fairy one, but with the
So I've never
Dead, or I know
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence.
Yeah.
The
I've
kid
never seen it, but it's like I don't know. You know how I like to do. I like to like kind of start at the beginning of a director's career, especially a big director like that, to kind of inform the rest of the movies. But that would be a cool one to kind of to do.
You know what, that one could be due for a revisit because it has to do with like ventriloquism and stuff. And I remember,
Mhm.
I was 19 when it came out, when I saw it, and I was kind of like still in that edgy phase. I was like, this is kind of corny, Now I'm
Mhm.
more of a horror vet, so I would like to see it through a different
Right.
lens now because
Right.
you know, expecting something more like, they kept promoting it as like the next movie from the creator of Saw. So when I saw it, it was
Oh.
off from the Saw. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, does see, I'm stupid. I always forget the fucking yeah. Obviously, Dead Silence isn't his first movie. It's what I think of his first like movie
It's,
that is indicative of the career that followed after that.
yeah,
Like Saw
yeah.
is so far away from what he does now that
You wouldn't
I
even. It's hard to remember that that's his first
yeah
movie because he's not done anything similar to that since then. Like
nothing
that.
nothing even close.
Yeah.
Everything's so different. Yeah, for sure. Sal saying that little shadow dancing to Tiny Tim always freaked me out. I assume you're
That's
talking
so
about
cool.
Dead Silence. I got to check it out, man. All right, one more for me. Where are the phone calls coming from in the movie When a Stranger Calls? I have to assume it's going to be the tropiest of all the tropies. The calls are coming from inside the house. They're coming from inside the house. Inside the house. I've never seen that. I actually put that movie on the day that we did the Scream review because I had heard that the opening scene of When a Stranger Calls is what inspired or one of the scenes that inspired the opening of Scream. And
Really?
I put it on and I'm watching it for like 5 minutes and I'm falling asleep. I'm like, okay, yeah, somebody calls a babysitter and talks to her, but it's like, yeah, it's like that's
Uh,
all you're really getting. It was
when,
boring. What's that?
when did it come out? When a Stranger
The
Calls?
70s. I'm not sure the exact year, but like late 70s, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. And then they did another one that was When a Stranger Calls Again. But all right, here's one for you, my brother. Where is the 2008 movie The Strangers entirely set?
A house?
It's got to be it. In a house. That's a weird fucking question. Chill, my brother. What up, man? What up? Just popping in
Shit,
with
what's the
us. We're just fucking around. I planned on be like, we'll just do 10, 15 minutes, test my internet, do a little trivia. I didn't even realize we've been here for almost a fucking hour, but time flies when you're having fun. I appreciate all you guys popping in, by the way,
hell yeah?
man. And then again, tomorrow, man, if you haven't went and watched them, Shudder right now. We're the first 3 episodes of the Creep tapes. Link and I are going to get together tomorrow at 1 Central Time to talk about those. So
Yo,
episode 1 through 3.
watching those two real quick, watching those two kind of had me thinking about how we were talking about like it's Shutter taking on more stuff, and like this is
Mhm.
an example of that. Like they just had the VHS Beyond,
Mhm.
which is really cool. Like this is they're in the right direction, They're
Right.
gonna be like the Netflix of. I mean, they are the Netflix of horror, but I feel like so far it's been them like occasionally they might finance something, but mostly they're buying out other stuff to
Yeah.
stream on their.
You got me
But
thinking. I'm gonna have to kind of look into that to see if I can figure out how that went down. Is this one of those that he went out and made it and then he sold it to them, or did Shutter get together and it was their idea and they went and did it together? I'm surprised they didn't do it with Netflix because Creep has
yeah,
been on both the Creeps have been on Netflix forever.
that's where I discovered them. To be
I want to
honest.
say that they were like, were they Netflix originals or no? Maybe not.
I don't think they were Netflix originals, but that's where I saw my, that's
Okay.
where I discovered them was on the, the Netflix algorithm. So I think that's where a lot of people saw them because it's like that. I don't feel like that was like a wide release theater thing. Second one might be a Netflix film to be now that I'm thinking about it, just because none of them were ever like I never remember seeing trailers for them in
Right.
theatrical trailers. So
Right. That's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because that's definitely something I'm gonna try to figure out before tomorrow. All right, here's one's for you. Buster Keaton's granddaughter, Camille Keaton, starred in what controversial 1978 graphic revenge flick that was later remade in 2010? Oh, I
Last
know it.
House on
No, it's a good
Fuck.
guess. It's another
I spit on your grave.
I spit on your grave.
Okay.
Yeah, I spit on your grave. I which was my favorite meme in the Haktua era was when I saw I Haktua on your grave. I was like, yeah. So funny. Trivia question: it's Demi Moore that is actually the model for the cover of I Spit on Your Grave. She's not in the movie, but she is the woman that you see on the cover. All right, this one's for you, my brother. Set in 1630s New England, what 2015 movie involves an English farmer and his family who relocate to a forest which lurks an unknown evil? I can read it again if you want. There's a lot there.
2015. I'm thinking of like The Witch, but
It's got to be, right? Yeah, The Witch, baby. Robert Edgar's The Witch. The Witch. All right. Leatherface was a character in what horror film? Are you serious?
Halloween. No, Texas Chainsaw.
That's so crazy. Some of them were like, really? That's so wild. All right, here's one for me, and then we'll do another one for the chat. Chill, this is your chance to shine, brother. So this is another couple trivia questions for me. Then the next two will be for you guys. But for me, what is the name of the evil company? I'm not gonna get. I should have sent this to one of you guys. What is the name of the evil company in the Resident Evil movie franchise, which I have never seen a single one?
It's raining. I can give you hints. It rains and
Pours? Umbrella Academy?
yeah, you're close. It's what do you call a conglomerate of business?
Umbrella Corporation?
Yes, there you go. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Umbrella Corporation. Well done. Well done.
I like charades. I like that you're able to get that.
Trust is a tough thing. This is a quote. Trust is a tough thing to come by these days. That's the quote. Name the movie. Quote, trust is a tough thing to come by these days. He says, movies that begin with Jaws for $300. He says, oh my God, I was going to say raccoon. Shake my head. I don't know this quote. Does anybody know it? Trust is a tough thing to come by these days. I have no idea. I'm going to look at the
answer. Just because
I don't remember this quote at all, but it makes
Vampire? Oh no,
The Thing. Yeah.
Okay.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, I mean Evan's guessing The Thing. That's a good, like, thematically that would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's all about trust. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a question before. Who is the murderer in Texas Chainsaw, or who is Leatherface? And then it's like some real. I've never heard. It's not like a popular quote, or maybe it is. It probably is. Obviously, it's more popular than I'm realizing.
You know, I think that was something that, like, and to be honest, like if I hadn't seen, like, because I was watching something that had like the ending of the. I think it's something like either Kurt Russell said or Keith Lee. Was it David? Keith David?
Oh yeah.
It's one of the two. So I think they said it towards the end of the movie, and I had just seen that recently. That's the only reason that popped out to me. But had I not seen that, I wouldn't have been like, "Oh yeah, that's a quotable reference from The Thing." You know? Great movie, I love it, but I don't remember that being like a standout.
Dude, that's another one. I think we've talked about it before. I think that's probably the greatest horror movie of all time. Like it's top 3 of my favorites. That Texas Chainsaw, Halloween. But I never saw it when I was a kid. I wasn't into it. I remember playing the video game when it came out in like 2000-ish.
Yeah, 2000. I had that for the Xbox. The Thing.
Yeah. I can't wait to hook my PS5 up. I finally got a PS5, but my wife won't give it to me until my birthday is December 16th. So I told her she's fucking evil if she doesn't just give it to me then. But she keeps saying she's gonna make me wait until Christmas. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
I think this is well, maybe depending how good you are, you know, birthday, and then maybe like a surprise with some game.
If I behave myself, that's what I said. I told her yesterday, like, maybe like give it to me on the 20th. You know what I mean? Split the difference.
Yeah,
to be a dick. All right, chat. This one's for you guys, man. And you know what? I need to start remembering to say this, but hit that like button while you guys are here. Make sure you slap the like button and then listen up, because this one's for you, chat. Get ready, because Mad Respect's been fucking on this shit. So you guys got to be on that keyboard. All right, here we go. Paris Hilton's on-screen demise was the primary draw for what 2005 remake? Come on,
Chad Michael Murray.
you guys know this one. It was one of the tagline for the movie is "See Paris Die."
Was that really?
Yeah,
Wow, that I can't believe early
House of
2000s.
Wax. Yeah, they weren't fucking around. Rogues
No.
got it with House of Wax. Chill had Wax. I'll give you half credit for that. Wax Museum, close enough. That's one that I saw a handful of years ago, and I was kind of surprised by how well it still holds up, and the practical effects in it are really that's the standout thing. But it's a fun
Yeah.
ass movie, I think.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The fucking word Sam Dean or Sam from
Yeah,
Supernatural, where he's
Supernatural.
stuck in the wax chair and they're like peeling his face.
Oh,
Oh shit!
that's the
Like how is
bit.
he still alive? You
I
know,
love
like
that bit. Like the sister, I think it's his sister. It's the same thing as what happens in 2009, Friday the 13th. Now that I think about it, isn't it the same actor? The dude from
yeah,
Supernatural is
yeah,
going after to find his sister, and
yeah.
she's been attacked by these people. That's hilarious. But she's like in the sewer, and she's sticking her fingers up or something. They like cut her fingers off. There's something like, yeah, I just remember that being like a cringy moment. He says he'll take half credit. Get me, got me through high school. Brilliant, brilliant. All right, chat. Another one for you guys. In the 2017 movie Get Out, what technique does the mother use to get her daughter's boyfriend to quit smoking? What are they doing? Get Out. What does she do to get him to quit smoking?
You're getting very, very sleepy.
Very, very, very. Hypnosis. Rogues with it. Rogues
Oh, okay.
always do it.
The rogue is okay. I see him. What you say?
Guys, on it. On it. All right, brother. This one's for you.
Okay.
What Jennifer Love Hewitt led horror movie revolves around a group of teens that hit a mysterious stranger with their car?
I know what you did last winter. No, summer.
Which I'm really looking forward to. I almost said the remake, but a sequel. A sequel is
Sequel, yeah,
officially happened. I mean, I shouldn't be too excited about it, but the way I'm looking at it, like those are okay movies, right? We all
yeah,
watched
yeah.
them a million times back in the day because it was kind of what was hot, and Jennifer Love
The
Hewitt was
teen,
hot, but they were
yeah.
always just okay. I could see the newest one being like the best one,
Being
you
way
know?
more like you said, they were okay because they're actually pretty tame, you know, for back
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this one. I could see them taking cues from like the new Scream movie. Like I was just I what was it the newest one where they're in New York
Yeah.
and he's like. I was rewatching the beginning of that the other day. Actually, I meant to finish. I fell asleep to it, but I put it on, and I'm like, "What?"
Mhm.
Appreciate that. Where he's like chasing him in New York, he pulls out the fucking shotgun, or he's like shooting at
Yeah.
just I can see them upping the ante with
Super brutal. It was, I mean, not gory, but brutal, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I could see it being like pretty fucking good. All right. Another one for you, brother. What
All right.
2005 Eli Roth film set in Slovakia featured the sadistic tortures of the elite hunters?
Hostile.
Bam, motherfucking Hostel, which we covered sometime in the summer, man. We did a double
Yeah.
feature with Hostel 1 and 2. That was another show I remember being really fucking good. To pat ourselves on the back again. Jill saying, I never forget to hit the like button. It's the live button. I keep forgetting. Always 5 minutes behind. That's hilarious. He says, Hostile, that's easy. All right. Let's do a few more, and then I better go do some things. I better go put some more food in my kid and be a good dad. All right. Duh. Okay, here this one's for me. If I can figure out this movie quote. Oh, I gotta rack my brain. The quote, I see dead people. I think that's the Sixth Sense. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
the Sixth Sense.
I was gonna say that's a trick question, but they're going for the origin of that. I was gonna say because they did say it in Scary Movie, Smokey.
Yeah, I see dead people. That's kind of actually who I was kind of impersonating a little bit when I said it. That's funny.
That's actually a good one.
What movie contains a scene in which a father chases his son around a hedge maze with an axe? That would be The Shining. Dun, 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 dun. All right,
Shiny.
let's do one more for you and one more for the chat, and then we'll get on out of here, man. So
All right.
one more is in two more, a card's
All
worth.
right.
So two more for you, starting with this one. In the 1980, I've never seen this one. I need to though. In the 1982 movie Basket Case, what does the character Dwayne carry in his basket?
An axe?
I think it's a
hatchet?
I think it's a head. I think it's because the cover of it is a head in a basket. So I got to imagine. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It's his Siamese twin. I was looking to see if the chat had it. His Siamese twin.
I've never seen this one.
Spoiler alert. I know it's supposed to be like it's a very like a popular cult classic from that era. I think it's extra gory and kind of nasty. It's on Shudder right now. Here's one that you should probably get, assuming, yeah, I know you know the movie at least. In Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, what is Jamie Lloyd's relation to Michael? What's Jamie's relation to Michael Myers in Halloween 4?
She's the niece, right?
She is his niece. Boom. Chill said twin, whatever, I get half credit. Oh, his brother. That's what he had said. I wasn't sure what you said earlier. Balai.
His brother.
All right. So these two are for you guys in the chat, and then we're gonna get up out this bitch. But here we go. This one's a quote. Another quote. Get ready, chat. Get ready. We have such sights to show you. What movie is that quote from, chat? We have such sights to show you. We covered it on PCP Movie Night during Horror Fest.
I think I know this one. Did they do a remake or a sequel recently?
They did. You know what's funny? Here, you guys came in like Evan came in, and then like a fucking nut hair later, Too Good came in with Hellraiser. It's so fucking funny. One day I'm just like sitting there. I won't even be able to do it right now in the voice I was doing it, but I was like, I'll tear your soul apart. Like really, like even like better than I'm doing it there and like deeper. I'll tear your soul apart. And like I look over at my daughter, she's like 2. She's like, I tear your soul apart. So we do it all the time. I walk up to her and I tell her, I'll tear your soul apart. I tear your soul apart. It's fucking hilarious.
Cute.
He's saying clearly Lion King.
Mufasa.
Bob Barker. Yeah. Bob Barker lied to us, part 3 through 6. I don't get it. Do you get it?
I don't, but
I like it. I like it, but I don't get it. All right, here we go. This is the final question for the chat. Prepare yourselves. In the movie Aliens, why did Ripley not want to bring Bishop on the mission? In the movie Aliens, why did Ripley not want to bring Bishop on the mission? You don't got to get crazy specific about it. Just, you know what I mean?
I was just looking this up last night. Like I was because I was watching Romulus hit Hulu, of course. And, you know,
okay.
But I was thinking of Bishop, you know, and then I had me going to another character that was in both Romulus and the first movie. Answer what I will not say.
You guys all got a chat? In the movie Aliens, why did Ripley not want to bring Bishop?
I'm doing this is what you do to a cigarette, you.
Contamination of the ship? ? Here we go. Evan's got it. She don't trust that motherfucker because he's an android. That's right. That is right. That was one thing. That was kind of my take from the newest Alien Romulus, which we'll cover in probably a couple weeks. I was planning on doing it last Thursday, but it didn't. The movie didn't come out streaming until then. But that was kind of my takeaway, is that he might be like, he's up there as one of the best androids in the series. But all the androids have been pretty good in the series.
No,
at least the ones that I've seen.
Absolutely. It's crazy you bring that up because he's kind of what had me going down the rabbit hole of the androids, because I was thinking about what a great job he's done. And it's crazy that he hasn't done shit outside of, like, he's been done in a lot of British movies, British television shows, but this is like first exposure to a
that's awesome.
Knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
But then like Bishop, and then the dude from the first movie, Ash. I don't know the actor's name, but David and from Prometheus, and I forget.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I think I need to fucking get on that because I want to watch Covenant and Prometheus before we cover Romulus. Hell yeah. He's saying Romulus was dope. I really liked it a lot.
Yes.
Let's not get too deep, but you enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I thought it was really good. I saw it once in theater. I remember a lot of people he drank too much milk. That was hilarious. A lot of people, I don't know about a lot of people, but I remember Dylan covered it for Horror Fest. And I was in the chat for a moment when they were talking about the movie. and him and Robbie both didn't like what they did in the third act. Let's not get too specific about it, but I remember not having a big problem with it, but I'm not a diehard fan of the franchise. So
it begs some questions, but it's like I feel like Romulus was taking cues from every movie that's come out at this point, alien wise, like from 3 to 1 to 2 to Resurrection. I think the last act kind of was a big shout out to like Resurrection and a bit of Covenant, but I mean, at the same time, I was looking at it. It's like eventually, it's kind of like a foreshadowing to stuff that happens later on in the franchise in a way, because it's like it's a condensed case, that never leads out to anything else. So it's like, in a way, it's just setting up like, oh, that was potential for stuff that was going to happen later on, anyways. So I can get being. It's not my favorite, but I remember thinking like. I remember, oh my god, you guys aren't done yet. But then by the time I ended, it was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But I do remember thinking like, oh my god, you got another act, like
right. I think it was mainly like the look of the creature. And again, we won't spoil it at the end. I remember like, oh, this is different. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But like Robbie and Dylan were like, no, but don't they fucking I guess they hated it. But I think that's kind of the difference of being someone that's like really passionate about the franchise and someone that's more of a casual fan of it. Because like I said, I haven't seen Covenant and I haven't seen Prometheus. I want to say when Prometheus came out, I didn't even know it was an alien thing until some years later. I never checked it out.
You know what? They almost kind of like set it up like that, to be honest, too. Like you could look at Prometheus as, I think they tried to bill it as that just in case like it didn't work out. Like they didn't have to attach it to the Alien franchise, but if it did, it was like a little Easter egg. But to be honest, I like the only ones I don't like are the Alien vs Predator 2. I even have like a soft spot for Alien vs Predator 1, but every Alien movie from 1 to 3, Resurrection, I still think is fucking dope. It's probably the worst of the Alien movies.
Is that like 4? Is that would be like the fourth? Okay,
where she's like the clone, the 90s one with the Noah Ryder.
Did she like play basketball at one point in it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I still have a soft spot in my heart for that one, but I like all the Alien movies, to be honest. The only one I don't truly like is Alien vs Predator 2. That one was, I remember, like, even I was like 20 maybe when that came out, 19. I remember thinking like that was a waste of money. That was straight to DVD material type shit,
Rogue saying, "Do I smell an Alien franchise review in the future?" That would be dope. That's one of those things. Like it's kind of fucking with my OCD that I plan on doing Romulus before any of the other ones because that's not how I like to do things.
You're right.
But I would like to start chipping away at them. I almost did Alien as the first for Horror Fest. It was going to be the opener of Horror Fest, and I ended up changing it to Carrie. But all right, I got to get going. I got to go feed this kid. But Steph, I appreciate the shit out of you joining me, man. Testing out the internet, little trivia. You guys in the chat are awesome. I love you all. And come back tomorrow. Hang out with us at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're going to get together and we're talking about the first 3 episodes of The Creep Tapes. So again, E, Rogue, Sal, Chill, Evan. Really appreciate all you guys coming through, man. It was mad respect. Again, mad respect to you, my brother. And we're going to get up out this bitch. Come hang out with us tomorrow at 1 to talk The Creep Tapes.